Hi, welcome to Robyn's Roost. Today, I couldn't decide which tower card I wanted to share, so I'm going to share both. So I had gotten a couple of make and takes from different demonstrators, and one tower card was designed so that it used a standard card base and has a skinny tower, and the other tower card used a bigger card base, so you only get one card base out of a sheet of cardstock, you know, the 8.5 by 11 cardstock. So I'm going to show them both to you because I couldn't decide which one I like better. I actually like them both. So I will flip the camera here and we'll get started. So for this card, or both of them actually, I'm going to be using the Legendary Ride stamp set and dies. So we're going to begin with the larger card base card. This card has a card base that is 10 inches, 10 inches long and 5.5 inches wide. So, like I said, you can only get one base out of a sheet of paper. After you've got it cut, you're going to score it at 4 1/4, which is your typical half of a card, 5 3/4, 7 1/4, and 8 3/4. And then we're going to fold it on our score lines, and all of the folds are going to go the same way. Because we're going to make a tower. It's going to be, we're just like making a circle here. Square circle, I guess. But all of our folds are going in. And then you'll notice once you have that completed, that if you fold it on that middle score line, it's hard to see on this black. There, you can kind of see it. This doesn't quite go to the score. So you have to be kind of careful when you are adhering this. Let's see, we're going to add our adhesive on this edge. And then we're just going to close the card. And that way we know we have that in the right spot. Now we need to put our decorative papers on. So I have a piece, these are all cut to 5 3/8 inch tall, and these two are 1 1/4, and they're going to go on the inside here. Now we're going to put these three on our tower, and these are all the same height, but they are 1 3/8 inch wide. So just a little bit wider than that inside one. Let's see, I think I had 2 from one sheet. Let's put those two together. Start here. Now we need to do our stamping. So we're going to do our motorcycle on the white paper with some pumpkin pie, because we're doing this kind of in the Harley colors. So we're getting our orange and black. just recently used up my Harley birthday cards. Whoops. So that's why I chose this. Seems like I'm at an age where a lot of my friends are turning 60 or more. So then we're going to do our greeting on here. And let me just double check. I need this to go this direction. And we're just going to stamp this with our black ink. Okay. Now I will go and cut this out. And here is our motorcycle. And I'm going to put this on like this, and I'm just going to adhere this down straight, without being bumped up. Now on this card, I can tell that I'm going to have to put my adhesive from the tire over to here, but there's a cool way that you can do this. I think I've showed this before. I know another demonstrator showed me this cute little trick. So if you take a sticky note and put it where you don't, underneath here, stick it to the back of your piece that you're adhering to something. Now you know when you flip it over where you want your adhesive. So then you can just run your adhesive on here, and you don't have to worry about it sticking your card closed so that you can't open it. And then you can just use it to place your card back, and then remove the stickies, and you're all set. Now this is just going to be adhered below here, and I think I can figure out that I only need this one in the middle. It's not quite as tricky as the motorcycle, and there are some things, you know, that you adhere that are even worse than that, right? So we're just going to put that on there, and you only want the sticky to be on this part that's going to bump up. And then we're going to add some gems on here. And I'm using these adhesive backed sequins in the neutrals. So they're kind of fun, kind of go with our orangey look. And then you've got this area in here that you can write your greeting. And there's our first card. I was also going to show you, I showed you the legendary ride dies and stamp set, but I also used the nested essentials. So I used one of these banner dies on here, and we're going to use these on our next one. So we'll just set that one aside. Found it. Now for this card, we're using those nested essentials, like I said, and I actually, when I was cutting my pieces, I cut the bigger one, but I actually wanted the smaller one. So I've got two of each, in the orange and or in the pumpkin and in the white, and then I've got a piece for stamping my motorcycle. So this card base, and I wish you could, oh, there we go. I think you can see it there. So this is a standard size card base that's 8.5 by 5.5, and then it's scored at 4 1/4, 5 7/8, 6 3/8, and 8. So it gives us this narrow little tower, but you can do it and get 2 cards out of a piece of cardstock. So if you're being a frugal stamper, you want to make this narrow tower. But if you like the wide tower and don't mind eating up a little bit more paper, go with the wide one. So we're just going to do this one the same way. going to go ahead and run our adhesive along there, and boy, it really, oh, there you can see it. And then close the card, and it looks like my scores maybe aren't quite where they should be, but we're just going to squish it closed and then take this and flatten it so that it's going to close well. There we go. So now, somewhere, I had some DSP for this card too. Okay, for this card, we only need one strip of designer paper. And did I mention that this is from the Country Woods? I'm not sure. Anyways, this paper is actually on sale right now for 15% off. So we're just going to put this one here. And I actually saved my little outline here because I was thinking it might look kind of cool to just have the outline, but we'll see when we get to that point. Okay. So this is going to be our greeting. And we're going to use the same greeting that we did on the other card. So the ride on It's Your Birthday. We're just going to, let's make sure that's not under there. Put this right in the middle, in the wide part here. And then we're also going to stamp the motorcycle, but we're going to stamp it on the pumpkin pie with black inks. Okay, so I've got my stamp cleaned. So I actually, it's my day to have my card class. So I have half of my stuff out in my other room where I do my classes and half of my stuff in here. So that's why well, I don't know why I'm more discombobulated than normal, but it might be one reason. And always close your ink pads, always close your ink pads, always close your ink pads. So now I am going to go and die cut this. So here we have our die cut motorcycle. And now I'm not sure if you have noticed or not, but this die set, this one we stamped, right? And then die cut. But there are also like builder dies. So you can do, you know, the motorcycle in one color, and you have the wheels and the tires and some fenders, some motor parts. So it's kind of cool. You can actually build a motorcycle just with colored paper and not stamping. So let us start adhering these pieces. So now let's go ahead and kind of center this one on the inside first. And then let's decide if we're going to use, I think we're going to do this. Kind of like that. Let me grab some liquid glue because this is kind of a tiny little area. Whoa. And this liquid glue is a juicy one. Okay. I think I want to try to scrape a little bit of that. Yeah. So then I am going to run some adhesive along here. But that doesn't look very straight when I'm looking at it. Oh well. Okay, and we're going to line this up so that when it's closed, it'll cover up the bottom, the inside. And then we're going to add our motorcycle with some dimensionals. Let's see. We'll see how well I do without marking where I want my dimensionals, right? I almost think I want a little piece right here. Oh, we got one more little nubbin here left. Let's see. Right about there. If I can get it off my finger. There we go. And then we have some of these fun, and I think I'm going to use these dark ones on this card because I'm going to put it on the orange, and I think the dark ones will show up a lot nicer. Use one of these little ones. Okay, so here is our narrow tower card, and here's our wide one. So you can see how using the same products, you can make your cards look different by using the products in just different ways. So hope you enjoyed these two fun cards. Let me know which one you like better. I really haven't decided, that's why I showed you both. Thanks for stopping by at the Roost. And if you need to purchase any of these products, I have my web address below for my store. And you have a great day.